Hey guys, what's up? It's Palaidn, and I decided to just cut out the entire tutorial. I know it kind of sets up the storyline for us, but I've tried recording it 3 or 4 times now, and I'm fully convinced at this point that it's cursed. There is no way to get the proper recording for the tutorial, so I'll basically just tell you what happened. We learned about the three races, or at least not the three races, the three class types. Um, we got all the different types of weapons. We learned about sneak attacks. We learned about secondary weapons, which we actually don't have any. Well, we've got one secondary weapon as our staff. We got the different types of armors. There's 3 different types of armors for the 3 different types of abilities. But the 3 different types of abilities are finesse, sorcery, and might. We put our 4 points into might, specifically for one thing that we're going to get here in a minute, but I think we're going to play a battle mage sort of class, which we will find out here in a second. But we're going to kill off one of these. We're going to kill these wolves off now. Now I usually keep my fast weapon on my main hand, and my slower weapon on my secondary, so that I can get stronger attacks off. I can get stronger attacks off whenever I'm actually fighting something. By hitting them fast, which I'm not good at talking today. Sorry, guys. We hit them with fast attacks so that we can sort of get them off balance. And then we hit them with the stronger secondary attacks that would usually take a little bit longer to actually get off. But because they're staggered, we can get them off fairly easily. Now this is why, and another thing that I can't really show off right now, is it under skills? I guess it is under skills, is we put a point in detect hidden. And our character already started out with 1 point in detect hidden. But what this does is it basically lets us see hidden objects using our mini-map. And one of those hidden objects is this pile of rocks right here, which gets us a new crude birch staff. Not the best item in the game, I'll say, but loot is loot, and I love loot games. I think we've done everything we can back here, besides maybe gather up all the regents around the area for alchemy. But aside from that, I really don't care. We're gonna head and meet one of our first major recurring characters, aside from Hughes, though I think Hughes died. I guess you guys don't even know who he is. He's the guy that made the Well of Souls. This guy isn't. This guy's a Fate Weaver.
Tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old Fate Weaver, eh?
I guess we're gonna go with this one. Hughes sent me to find you.
Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now.
How do you know that? Did he update his Facebook page? I bet he updated his Facebook page. What makes you think he's dead?
The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but Hughes' success would come on the day of his...
Okay, so he didn't update his Facebook page. He
pretty well, honestly.
He uses cards. Okay, then. Let's see if we can pass another speech check here, but we're probably going to fail.
I wish I
Yep.
could, but times are tough. I've barely got enough to pay my bar tabs as it is.
Oh, funny thing. This guy is funny. That's okay. This is funny. That's okay. I was dead too.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
That's a pretty weird cut to a battle scene. But okay. Now you can actually see as we're fighting here, we're getting these little, we're getting these strings of fate that come out of these guys. And whenever they go into my character, my fate bar goes up a little bit. And just for the sake of showing off what it does, they give me full fate here. So we can do something called entering reckoning mode. And it takes a second to charge up, but once you activate it, you become just the most impossible to kill character in the game. And now that everybody's dead, we enter the full reckoning mode, which we've already seen. This was shown off in the tutorial only once, but what that does is if we can finish that quick time event fast enough, we get a bonus to our experience level.
What? How? What are you?
And now this guy thinks we're crazy.
Words of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
I don't know. I just did.
You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
I'd rather not.
Don't worry, it's quick, it doesn't hurt, and there's no charge. And after what I've seen, I'm not letting you out of my sight until I have an answer.
Fine, show me my fate.
Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much.
I'm real. You must be drunk.
I am, but still.
I love this guy. I really do. This is one of my favorite characters in the game.
Not even when I was drunk as the king of ballads. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
In other words, I do what I want. This is where we choose our class. Now, these are separated by what they do, and this is actually something they added in recently since I've played. These classes right here did not exist, or at least I don't think they existed when I first played. But these are our hybrid classes, which are really cool. And we're probably going to be playing this might and sorcery tree at first. At any point in time, if I feel like I need to change it, or if you guys want to see a different way of fighting, then I can change it up. Is the coolest thing is at any point in time, if you get bored with a certain class, you can just pay a Fate Weaver like this guy, and there are Fate Weavers everywhere. You can pay them to just reset your skills. I can't help but feel like I'm going to be a giant jerk through this entire thing, but you're terrible at this.
Damn it, it's the truth. At least, I think it is. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that. Or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower.
What's wrong with my
That's
fate?
just it. I don't know if you've got one, but that's why we're going to see Arden.
But everybody else has a fate. I want one.
Yulven. I'll meet you there.
And that's called hopping on the bandwagon, everyone.
Could this all mean?
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to be a standalone. We're going to be somebody who separates themselves from the crowd. And here we run across something known as, I think these are like, I can't remember. They're stones, but they're like lullaby stones or something like that. I'm actually gonna check out what's in this chest over here first. I don't think I've seen this before. So we're gonna grab that chest, and then we're going to I can't remember. These are called like melody stones or song stones or something like that. But anyway, let's just listen to it.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of fight, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of summer fade. She is the heart of spring day.
Wasn't that nice? They're called lore stones. But I just killed that thing because I really don't like these things. You're gonna find them a lot. They're completely and totally harmless until you walk up to them and then they hit you. They don't do a lot of damage, they just hit you. Or maybe I just like killing things. Because that chicken never tries to hurt you. Maybe I just like killing things. I don't know. That's the glory of this game, though, is unlike in Skyrim and stuff, you can kill you can kill just about anything in this game and get away with it scot-free. Like, they don't care. They just don't. And why is everybody gathered up here? Actually, we're going to look at the world map first because that's what the tutorial wants us to do.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work.
Stand back? Does that mean walk up directly to the guy and intervene in his
I
work?
don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature.
I will say, I do really like the voice acting in this game. Like,
The Fae may be strange.
it's
but
not
certainly
choppy,
don't deserve
it
this.
seems organic. Everything about this game is pretty good. Like, I honestly don't see why everybody didn't like it. I thought it was pretty good.
It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade. Likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae.
Of course, the Fae are the weird elf people that we don't really know much about.
Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
I'd like to help.
Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I'm a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started.
I guess the side quests aren't terribly, like, bland. They do sort of have their own story to them. But I don't really focus on it all that much. I do focus on the main story, but even at some points in time, I do sort of forget what I'm doing with the main story. But this chest is where we're going to find those things that we got when I did the other stuff. Now, if you didn't notice what the name of that armor was, it was Shepherd's armor. That's right, Commander Shepherd. As in N7 medieval armor. I played the tutorial for Mass Effect 3 before it came out. And it was either Mass Effect 3 or I played the one for Mass Effect 2. And it gave us this armor. Probably some of the coolest looking armor in the game. And it has a set bonus. Which, if you're wearing the whole set, then you get a bonus to your abilities. Like a plus 10 in armor, health regen, and mana regen. Elemental resistance, but yeah. Fabled armor of the legendary Shepherd. Commander of the Warsworn after Balgar. I don't know if that has any specific meaning toward Mass Effect, because I've only ever played the second one and the third ones. Once again, I'm on PlayStation. We don't have the... Well, we recently... I guess we recently got the first one with the Collector's Edition. But I didn't pay much attention to it. We're actually going to go here now. Or we're going to break more boxes, because you usually find gold. But we didn't. We're going to go to this shop. Not to actually go shopping, but because of what's in the shop. This is going to have things like your alchemy tables and your rune crafting and stuff like that. Just generally things that are fun to do. I'm actually going to come over here because we can actually loot this chest and not get in trouble. And it's supposed to help us learn how to make our first real weapons, and we're gonna make a longsword. And this is gonna be a really good longsword for what level we are. This is gonna 25 damage, average speed with 15 physical damage, 5 piercing, 4 fire damage, and then 3 burning over 5 seconds. So that's a really good sword, and we're not going to name it anything special. I usually don't name my weapons just out of... There's no reason to. Like, I don't see why I would need to name a weapon. Maybe later in the game when like a certain sword looks specifically like another. But what we're going to do now is we're actually going to salvage everything we can. Just all of this extra armor and gear, we don't need any of it, we're just going to salvage it all. And this is going to give us plenty of things, and of course, a lot of the stuff at the end there didn't really salvage, but now we could even craft a new staff, we could craft lots of stuff. What would I get for crafting this staff? With 3 physical damage. That's not a bad item, actually. What would I get for a new longsword? Nothing better than what I've got. Any armors I can make? I could make new gauntlets, but honestly, I don't... Like, there's nothing in here that I want to make, actually, because I've got my shepherd's armor on right now. I guess now that I've showed that off, the game kind of already started, but we haven't done much. I will do more in the next video. It does pick up after this point. But I think I'm going to cut it here, guys. So, if you like my video, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I have the Twitter. Once again, don't use it that much. I will use it more in the future, I promise. I do plan on being a bit more active than I have been in the past little while. I've had some stuff that has really been... It hasn't been keeping me from recording, but it's sort of not put me in a good mood lately. So, I'm going to record from now on, because there's no reason to go any further into it, but point is, I'm back recording, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. So, I've been Palaidn Null, and since I didn't say it in the last video, you stay casual, gamers. Bye.